Fresh injury updates bring a wave of relief and excitement for Dodgers fans. Tommy Edman officially returns to the lineup, adding a much-needed boost of versatility and consistency just when Los Angeles needs it most. Meanwhile, across the diamond, all eyes are on Roki Sasaki, who has just completed his rehab assignment and is inching closer to making a massive impact. With these key pieces getting healthy at the right time, the Dodgers' depth and momentum could change dramatically. Could this be the spark that pushes L.A. back into dominance? Big things are brewing, and the timing couldn't be more critical. What's up, Dodgers fans and baseball lovers? Welcome back to the channel where we bring you the biggest news, updates, and stories straight from Los Angeles. If you haven't already, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a single Dodgers update. Today we've got some really exciting news to dive into, and trust me, you'll want to stick around because this update could completely shift the momentum for the Dodgers as the season heats up. We're talking about two major pieces of injury news that could have a huge impact moving forward: Tommy Edman making his long-awaited return to the lineup, and Roki Sasaki completing his rehab assignment. These are not just small updates. They could potentially redefine the Dodgers' depth chart, boost morale in the clubhouse, and shape how the front office approaches the upcoming stretch of the season. Let's start with Tommy Edman, a player who might not always get the spotlight like some of the Dodgers' biggest stars, but his return could end up being just as crucial as a mid-season trade. Edman's absence left a noticeable hole in both the infield and the lineup. Known for his versatility, his switch-hitting ability, and his knack for making the right plays at the right time, Edman is the kind of player that gives a team quiet confidence. You don't always realize how much you miss a guy like him until he's not there, and the Dodgers definitely felt his absence. For weeks, fans have been asking the same question: when will Edman finally return? The Dodgers had been cautious, not rushing him back, making sure his health was 100% before plugging him into the lineup. And now the news has finally arrived that he's back, cleared to play, and ready to make an impact immediately. The timing couldn't be better. The Dodgers have been navigating injuries up and down the roster all season long, and getting someone like Edman back adds not just stability, but also flexibility. Think about it, Edman can play second base, shortstop, and even slide over to the outfield if needed. That's a huge asset for Dave Roberts, especially when you're dealing with a roster constantly in flux due to injuries. It gives the Dodgers the ability to rest guys when they need it without a major drop-off in production. And let's not forget, Edman is a switch hitter. That means Roberts can get creative with matchups, whether the team is facing a tough right-hander or a lefty specialist. That flexibility is golden over the course of a long season, especially when every win matters. Now, it's not just about versatility. It's also about the intangibles. Edman brings energy, hustle, and leadership to the field. He plays the game the right way, and when a guy like that returns, it can fire up the entire clubhouse. You could see it even in batting practice when he was gearing up for his return: the smiles from teammates, the encouragement from coaches. This is one of those moments that can shift a team's energy, and Dodgers fans are going to feel it right away. But that's just half of the big news today. The other update is about Roki Sasaki, and this one has the potential to be a game-changer for the Dodgers pitching staff. We've been following Sasaki's journey closely, from his dominant stretches to the frustrating injury that sidelined him. Rehab assignments are always tricky. Sometimes a player looks sharp right away, other times it takes a while to get that rhythm back. But for Sasaki, the reports are very encouraging. He's finished his rehab assignment, and the Dodgers are getting ready to make a decision on how to integrate him back into the rotation. This is massive. The Dodgers pitching staff has had its ups and downs this season, dealing with injuries and inconsistencies. Getting Sasaki back in the fold could give them the spark they need to stabilize things. Let's not forget, this is a young pitcher with electric stuff. We're talking about a fastball that touches triple digits, a devastating splitter, and the kind of poise on the mound that makes hitters uncomfortable every single at-bat. Even if he's not thrown straight into high-pressure situations immediately, Just having him available changes the dynamic. Imagine being Dave Roberts right now, looking at the rotation options. You've got established arms, you've got guys working through bumps, and now you suddenly have Sasaki back as a weapon. It gives the Dodgers the ability to manage innings for other pitchers, to mix and match, and to put together a rotation that can handle the grind of the season. And more importantly, it sets them up for October. Because let's be real, every move the Dodgers make is with one goal in mind: winning in the postseason. If Sasaki continues to progress and finds his rhythm again, he could be a difference maker come playoff time. Now, here's where it gets really interesting. With Edman returning and Sasaki completing his rehab, the Dodgers suddenly have options they didn't have a week ago. Depth has always been one of their biggest strengths, but depth only matters if those players are healthy. Getting both of these guys back not only adds talent but also relieves some of the pressure on other players. Think about the impact on the bullpen if Sasaki can go deeper into games. Think about the rest the infield gets with Edman able to fill in multiple spots. These ripple effects matter more than fans sometimes realize. And you can already sense the excitement from Dodgers Nation. Social media has been buzzing with reactions, and fans at the stadium are ready to welcome both players back with open arms. There's a sense of optimism in the air, the kind of optimism that can build momentum heading into the dog days of summer. Baseball is such a long season, and sometimes all it takes is a spark to turn things around. Edman and Sasaki could be that spark. Of course, it's also important to temper expectations. These are still players coming off of injuries, and it might take a little time for them to fully get back into game shape. Edman will need to get his timing back at the plate, and Sasaki will need to rebuild stamina on the mound. But even at less than 100%, their presence alone makes the Dodgers better. And once they're fully locked in, that's when things get scary for the rest of the league. Let's not overlook the psychological factor here either. When injured players return, especially guys who are expected to play key roles, it can be a huge boost to the team's confidence. Teammates see the hard work, the grind of rehab, the dedication to getting back, and it inspires everyone. That's the kind of intangible impact that doesn't show up in the box score, but it absolutely influences outcomes. The timing is critical too. We're heading into that stretch of the season where teams start to separate themselves. The All-Star break is not too far off, the trade deadline is looming, and the Dodgers know that every win counts. Getting healthier now means they can focus on improving, rather than just trying to survive. And when you add in the possibility of trade deadline reinforcements, the Dodgers are positioning themselves to be as dangerous as ever. Dodgers fans, you've been waiting patiently for good news on the injury front, and today you got it. Tommy Edman is back in the lineup, ready to contribute with his glove, his bat, and his energy. Roki Sasaki has finished his rehab assignment, and is on the verge of rejoining the pitching staff. This is the kind of update that doesn't just make headlines, it makes believers out of everyone watching. So what's next? Well, all eyes will be on how Edman performs in his first few games back. Can he pick up where he left off? Will he bring that spark to the offense and provide the defensive stability we know he's capable of? And for Sasaki, the big question is how quickly the Dodgers ramp him up. Will they use him cautiously at first, maybe in shorter outings? Or will they trust him to dive right back into the rotation? Either way, these are the storylines Dodgers Nation will be following closely, and you can bet we'll keep you updated every step of the way. At the end of the day, this is what makes baseball so exciting. The ups and downs, the challenges and the comebacks, the moments where players return and remind everyone why they're so valuable. For the Dodgers, the return of Edman and the completion of Sasaki's rehab isn't just news, it's a sign of hope, momentum, and the kind of depth that could carry them deep into October.